Hi everyone, it's Thomas once again for 2 minutes by my watches. Today I've got a special watch to show you. Indeed, the Tourby brand sent me a watch on loan that is very different from what I have in my collection. Different a little bit in design, but certainly in price and quality. I would like to thank them very much for the loan, the trust and the opportunity to test this beautiful watch. Thanks you also on YouTube, because it is thanks to you that this opportunity was possible. One last thing to say, let's go. So here we go in a new format, including my appearance during the video. It will now be a little bit more lively, but you hear it, it's the real star. So we'll start with this leather case, which is our entry point with the Tourby brand, a simple and effective carrying case, well made. Watch specifications are now on screen. Note that the 43mm diameter fits quite well even for me who doesn't like large watches, and this despite the large lug-to-lug tip. So you definitely need a substantial wrist, of course, but I've already tested watches with slightly smaller measurements that felt larger on the wrist. Note the rhodium hands, which are metals scientifically similar to platinum, such as palladium, oh, not this one, and iridium, a rare and dense metal distinguished by its exceptional resistance to corrosion. I only indicated ETA 2824 to top grade, but it's very best of the best, with fine adjustment on 5 position and a final accuracy on between -1 + 6 seconds per day, which is within the tolerances of the COSC standard, even though it hasn't passed certification. Impressive from Tourby.
Impressive.
The adjustment crown seat, that's what you see on screen, is really great. Well, you have to like the prominent side, but that's what's traditional. That's what goes very well with this kind of watch, so it's okay. It's perfect in terms of grip. I didn't test it with big leather gloves, which is the historical reason for its imposing size, but it grips very well. The shape and the ribs make handling ultra simple and pleasant. It's screwed down. Yes, that on the other hand is less traditional, but in 2009, the date of release of this watch, they wanted to hit hard and be the first to release a pilot's watch waterproof to 200 meters. Hence, the screw-down crown. At the time, many pilots' watches were more traditional and therefore very poorly waterproof, generally to 15 meters. But other brands quickly followed and fell into line. Hence, the fact that this watch is on FKM strap, which isn't at all traditional, but rather suited to the watch's capabilities. Personally, I prefer it on a nice leather strap. So, to change from my rather static videos, I decided to present this watch to you on a small series of straps, just to see what suits it best. These range from leather to perlon, including ribbed or simple cotton NATO strap, paratrooper strap, and even a more traditional pilot-style strap, since I have one available at home. Of course, the buckle is branded and everything is beautifully crafted, which is to be expected on this price range. The FKM strap is obviously very supple and comfortable, nothing to complain about that front, it's all good. One thing I discovered while making this video was their partnership with the US Navy, as they've been supplying personalized watches to members of the Strike Fighter Weapons School Pacific, SFWSP, based in Lemoore, California since 2013. Unfortunately, these watches are not for sale to the general public and are exclusively intended for SFWSP pilots. But I will provide the link to these models and specifications in the video description. We'll now move on to the macro views, which allow us to see the precision of the finishes, and here we are also looking at superior quality. From the finish of the crown to the brushed finish of the various case surfaces, to the drill lugs, which are very practical by the way, with the resulting light capture. This is a simple watch because it's traditional. Nothing here will surprise you, but it's intentional. On the other hand, everything is very well made, and that's really nice. And sometimes I find it's nice to be on familiar ground. It's cozy and also easier to wear. I've put together a little montage of photos of the SFWSP that might help simplify its somewhat tedious acronym. And finally, here are the different versions of the Pilot Automatic, including the version with a beautiful hand-stitched leather strap made in Germany. So it's sad, but it's already time to say goodbye to it. It's going back home to Tourby's later in Germany.
Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, you can like it to help spread the word and support the channel. Blah blah blah. Bye!